Hello, this is Lazy Fanboy. What do you think of this voice? Anyways, you read the title correctly. If I were in charge of writing for BFB, how would it go down? Let's see. Here are some ground rules. No changing the challenges. No adding or subtracting from existing cast. For pre-split. For an X stay the hosts. The split still happens in BFB 16, and the series has as many episodes as I need. Now it's time to make 8 teams of 8. Hee. Get it? This is a better name than that. This is Beat. This is Death Pact. This is Free Smart 2. This is Fries. This is Rad. This is Cervical. And these are the new losers. Now that all that is settled, we can start the show. In BFB 1, the losers lose this challenge. I don't want it to be Free Smart because it doesn't make much narrative sense for arcs. Pencil fans can celebrate. This was a tricky one. However, I decided to get rid of Foldy. She would get bad later down the road, and I feel Stapy would be fine without her, which was not true for the other way round. Anyway, I decided Beep would still lose this next challenge. Because I hate the Taco Book arc. Whoever wasn't saved was released by 4. Unlike last episode, this elimination was too easy to decide. Rocky! I've despised this character since late BFDI, and now that I'm in charge of eliminations, he's gone.
Let's party!
Yay! Anyway, I decided Cervical would lose this challenge. They were originally Team Ice Cube after all. This was an even tougher choice. I was really deciding between Naily and Bomby, so I flipped a coin, and the coin picked Naily. Sorry guys. In this episode's challenge, Death Pact still loses like they originally do. I've always thought Pen's bad drawing was funny. I was really deciding between Bottle and TV. In my version though, TV is used as a camera to see what death is about to happen. I decided to be kind and throw TV a bone. He was my obvious choice. Sorry Bottle fans. Now, to show you I'm not biased, I'm gonna have Free Smart 2 lose here. I'm not sure how they would lose, but they do. I really liked everyone on Free Smart 2, so I wasn't sure who to ditch. Finally I decided to land on Bracelety. I feel like an arc of Ice Cube and Bracelety happened episodes prior, and now Ice Cube misses her. Also, For is still killed and Donut still hosts. I feel that since Clock and Loser are still on the losers, the new losers would lose as they always do. BFB 7 was god-awful when Loser went, so someone else is going, end of story. Anyways, my choices are either Saul or Marker. I feel many people would get angry if I got rid of Marker, so I'll get rid of Saul before she gets the 8 gag. I guess a better name than that will still lose because they are still stuck on the moon. I think the only contestant I was considering was Grassy since he never really added much, but I think if I ditched him now, I'd basically be asking for a death wish, so not him. I guess 8 Ball could still get out and Donut doesn't crush him this time. Anyway, I think it would be really funny if on the last question, Donut gives his team an advantage and every other team points out how unfair it is. Thus, Donut is forced to put them up for elimination. At this point, I think Bommy's gone far enough. I think eliminating him here is fair. Apologies to all the angry Bommy fans. Anyway, X is still found in Fries, so they still host. I decided I would have beat Blues again because Baloney still dies. Woody is still barely useful and David and Dora are too busy fighting each other. I also had a second immediate option after Beep lost again, Robotty. Trust me when I say nothing of value is lost. For it's still brought back. We see the Exiters for the first time, and there would still be a rejoin. These are the Exiters as of BFB 10. After a little bit of thought I decided I would have Naily rejoin. She did get out very early and she probably has more potential. Instead of Cervical for assigns her to Beep. I don't know why, but I think this interesting. Anyways, I'm just gonna have Fries, the team, lose here. I was originally gonna eliminate Nickel, but then I remembered Satomi, so instead I'm getting Cake out. Rad has not lost ever, so I will end their winning streak here. They somehow can't figure out Needle is their imposter. BFB 13 and 14 will still be the big movie everyone praises to death. I decided Fiery could get out here since he already won Season 1, but before he leaves, Leafy tells 4 to wait. She then kisses Fiery before he gets sucked up. Okay, you can call that moment non-canon if you want. Anyways, after lots of deaths, sigh, Free Smart 2 loses again. In my version, reused lines were rarely used and Ice Cube's character was taken full advantage, so I don't feel as bad getting rid of her. By the way, Cervical loses this challenge. This is the exit as of BFB 15. Cutting to the chase, Spongy is eliminated like normal. The Exiters still try to escape and 2 still splits the show. This is what should have happened. There are 52 contestants left, so 26 stay in BFB and 26 go to Teapot. No unfair rejoins. These are the new have-nots. These are the new have-cots. I can't really add much here, for still asks the contestants to get X and the future have-cots are up for elimination. At this point, I think we've had enough of David and Dora fighting. Maybe they became friends at this point. You decide what you want to happen, but David gets eliminated. Anyway, the now named have-nots are up for elimination this episode. I'm not entirely sure what I could do with Stapy, so I decided to eliminate him. The have-nots are the most successful in protecting X's aloe vera. Therefore, the have-cots are up for elimination. This time though, they aren't stuck in space. I know how many of you hate this episode, so just this once, I'm going to break the no changing challenges rule. For just puts X out of his misery and gets on with the elimination. This is the episode that starts the double elimination trend. This elimination was easy. Dora and Nickel. The new challenge is to make a summer treat for 4 and X to judge. Pin uses her master baking skills to create 4 and X themed cupcakes, but the have-cots just submit teardrop. Pi is against this of course, but no one else cares. After Pin finishes, it's time to judge. 4 and X give a positive review to Pin's cupcakes, but then it starts getting hot. 4 and X gets so thirsty, they both drink all of Teardrop. Don't worry, she gets recovered immediately. They are so refreshed, they both give Teardrop a perfect score, so the have-nots are up for elimination. Both Eraser and Fries are eliminated. I'd like to imagine Eraser stealing all of Fries as they rise to the mysterious place. This time, for us permission to send people to Yellowface's warehouse. To keep it simple, there are 3 givers and 3 receivers on each team and the other teammates are excused. The HN receivers are Ruby, Flower, and Woody and the HN givers are Blocky, Coiny, and Fiery Jr. The CN receivers are Bubble, Book, and Gelatin and the CN givers are Leafy, Marker, and Pie. Long story short, the have-nots are up for elimination, again. I know how much of you hate Flower, but in my version, Ruby helped her change and she actually apologized for everything she did. Everyone slowly accepted her. However, I will eliminate her here because her story is done. I would have no more I want to add. I'll also get rid of Fiery Jr. because he probably stayed too long. Oops! Anyway, for finally takes everyone to see where the eliminated contestants went, the big rotating building, the BRB. For made the cage a very relaxing place because he's starting to become a nicer host. Instead of small cages, everyone is now in one big spinning cage. This is everyone in the BRB. The only change I will make to Donut's diary was that 4 protected it during BFB 13 to 15. Coiny is the one who stole it and Pin rats her friend out. Not only do the have-cots lose, it causes conflict between Coiny and Pin. Pin and Gaty could go this episode because why not? Anyway, Gelatin breaks for out of jail like normal and the have-nots are up for elimination. Also, Coiny is still mad at Pin. I decided that Belle and Robot Flower would get out this episode. Ironically, both teammates are on the strongest team on Earth in the real timeline. Anyway, For can't push Belle into the BRB, so he unties her string and tells her it will be there for when she is let out. Because the merge shouldn't happen yet, each team needs to make one party for 4. The have-nots end up making the best party, so the have-cots are up for elimination. I've decided Pi could go this episode. In my reality, Pi has a similar personality to Lollipop, and I think she's gone far enough. Also, I finally feel comfortable eliminating Marker. Keep in mind that he gets 13th or 14th place out of the 26 in post-split and the 64 who started. I think this placement is fair enough for him. Anyway, there are 12 temples instead of 6. 4 are blessed, but the other 8 are cursed. While in the temple, Needle settles Pin and Queenie's conflict once and for all. Unfortunately, most of the have-nots got cursed temples, so they are up for elimination. After some thinking, I decided to eliminate Yellowface because he's a joke character and Queenie because he's gone far enough. Anyways, the merge happens here. We are finally at our final 10. However, Propoli claims it's the final 11. If he doesn't buy it, then the challenge is to eliminate Propoli. I've decided Teardrop didn't have much moments to shine, so she's the one that wins. The other 9 contestants are up for elimination. At this point, Fur gets on a bus and takes these contestants with them. Pin and Needle got very far, don't you think? I think it's their time to go. The Oven Challenge is still here and Purple Face still co-hosts. I was going to have Blocky win here, but then I remembered he's made out of wood. So instead, I had Teardrop win like normal. The announcer still arrives and 4 still gets upset and turns into the desert. After this, Book and Leafy get out. They don't need to go to the BRB though, because X releases everyone and brings them to the desert, and X even remembered Belle's string. I'll have to break the no changing the challenge rule again. Sorry guys. You'll see why later. The new challenge is to make the best sandcastle for the announcer and X to judge. My girl, Ruby, wins this and everyone else is put up for elimination. In this episode, Woody and Teardrop get out. Now it's down to Bubble, Gelatin, Blocky, and Ruby. The announcer's plan to cancel BFB is basically the same. He still wants the BFDI, and I guess the BFB, and everyone needs to save the show. To make it more interesting, there are 2 subplots. The first subplot is Pie and Pin following the announcer. The second subplot Eraser, Queenie, and Teardrop trying to find what's at the top of Belle's string, much to Belle's annoyance. Everyone manages to save the show, and now the 4 finalists are up for elimination. Our new epic Final 4!
Hey, fanboy. Why is the title called, sort of?
You'll find out in a bit. Anyway, Bubble and Gelatin get out. Now it's Ruby versus Blocky. Which of these 2 will get the prizes? Well, we find out by the announcer announcing a challenge finale! Blocky and Ruby must race to do every single challenge from BFB 1 to BFB 28. All of the ex-contestants help besides Eraser, Queenie, and Teardrop, who are still missing. Who won? Well, you decide. Yes, you can vote in the comments below who won. Just write the names. You don't have to use letters in brackets. Will Ruby be the proud winner, or shall Blocky claim that title? Will Forever come out of the desert? Where exactly did Eraser, Queenie, and Teardrop go? Find out in BFB 30, My Way. Thank you for watching this video the whole way through. I've wanted to make this video since forever. Voting ends on April 20th, 2023. Hope to see you again soon.